Hello, students. Welcome to my third and final lecture on Reading Planetarium by Adrian Rich. In my previous lecture, I talked about the poem Planetarium. We read a few stanzas of the poem and also discussed various aspects of the poem. In this lecture, I'll be reading rest of the poem and also be discussing that. So let us quickly read the rest of the poem first and then I'll be discussing it. Here, Adrian Rich writes, "And I were right, precise, and absolutely certain from the mad webs of Uranus work, encountering the nova, every impulse of light exploding from the core as life flies out of us. Tycho whispering at last, let me not seem to have lived in vain. What we see, and seeing is changing. The light that shrivels a mountain and leaves a man alive. Heartbeat of the pulsar, heart sweating through my body, the radio impulse pouring in from Taurus. I am bombarded, yet I stand. I have been standing all my life in the direct path of a battery of signals, the most accurately transmitted, most untranslatable language in the universe. I am a galactic cloud so deep, involuted, that a light wave could take 15 years to travel through me, and as taken I am an instrument in the shape of a woman trying to translate pulsations into images for the relief of the body and the reconstruction of the mind." Now you can see in rest of the poem she has reflected on the various other images which are again very much related to the planet itself. She talks about an eye that can see the nova. So a nova here is a star that suddenly spreads intensive light and then fades, you may know. So she talks about an eye that can see the nova and impersonates the 16th century astronomer who was builder of Uranus world. His name was Tycho, and letting him whisper the success of her to other people. Caroline Herschel has accomplished many astronomical deeds together with her brother, but the fact that her name is or will be forgotten forces her to explain that she has not lived in vain. Just like Nova, she has shone for some time, but she is doomed to get lost in the obscurity because she is a woman. Since women are not treated in the same way like men, she knows that society will not remember no matter what she does. Though she gives feminine moon in advance, she juxtaposes it with male Taurus, which created the world through light, blood, and radio wave. You may remember in the previous lecture, the second lecture, she referred to the female kind and kind of invoked the image of a moon. So here, for the male, she has invoked the image of a Taurus. The battery of signal is the male code that she has to encounter all through her life, and the ones she cannot load meaning but try to stand against. Rich refers to herself as a galactic cloud so deep because as a poet she has many creative ideas on her mind ready to pour like a rain. She does not say I'm a woman, but she prioritizes her role as a poet by referring to herself as an instrument in the shape of a woman. She needs her poetry to translate and to reinterpret the waves into images which would help relieve the body and the mind of a woman from the trap of false identification of female with the fearful monster. The reason why she chooses an astronomical sphere for her poem might be the limitlessness of the space. She tries to get rid of all the heavenly boundaries in order to set a true identity for herself. In this way, you can see as a feminist writer, she is hopeful about the future by saying, when she says, what we see, and seeing is changing. In her hope is that the role of women might change in the future. She tries to put emphasis on the changing roles in society. There are a number of supporting ideas of theoreticians on how the identity of people is constructed. For instance, we may take example of Foucault, who claimed that the identity is permanently inscribed by power, relations and discourse and totally imprinted by history. On the other hand, Judith Butler also suggests that identity and gender intersects with racial, class, ethnic, sexual, and regional modalities of discursively constituted identities. So it becomes impossible to separate gender from the political, cultural intersections in which it is invariably produced and maintained. I would like to sum up this lecture by this quote from Helen Siku, which very much reverberates what Adrienne Rich was also trying to indicate through this poem. She says, "Write, let no one hold you back. Let nothing stop you, not man, not the imbecilic capitalist machinery, in which publishing houses are the crafty, obsequious layers of imperatives handed down by an economy that works against us and off our backs, and not yourself. Smug-faced readers, managing editors, and big bosses don't like the true text of women, female, sexed texts." On this note, I would conclude this lecture. I hope you have understood the poem and you will be able to use the reading and discussion of the poem while attempting your answers in the final examination. And I would really welcome any suggestions, any comments. You're most welcome for that. So thanks for listening me patiently. Have a good day.